This is Coyote News.
A USD professor has their own photography exhibition open at a gallery in town. Coyote News' Kylie Parisian is back live in the muck with the professor. Kylie?
Thanks, Jacob. I'm here with John Banasiak. John, what inspired you to create your exhibit that's currently posted at Coyote Gallery?
Well, what really started the whole thing going, it was going to the Civic Council secondhand store in Vermilion, and I found a little box of figures. They're little tiny people in a box for 75 cents, and they just looked fascinating. I thought I could do something with these things, but I didn't know what. I took them home and I set them on the radiator. You know, my cat was looking at them, you know, like, what, little people? I don't know. But I was doing my morning exercises one day, and I thought, I'm going to set some of those things up around the house. You know, the house looking like some, you know, from ground level, looked like some big waiting room, you know, like a train station or something. You know, there's a lot of wood and everything. And so I set them up. I had a book light hanging around. And I turned that thing on. The cat was interested in that too. And I set things up, and it really looked like people standing around waiting. And I thought, yeah, it looks interesting. So I started grabbing some other stuff that was close by and setting it up like big statues and maybe paintings or some kind of exhibit that might be in a big waiting room. And that just kind of started it off. Somebody gave me about 80 rolls of film for a large format camera. And I thought, well, I'll load up my big camera and set it on the ground, just start taking pictures. And, you know, within a few hours, I had about 80 rolls done. And I thought, well, that was a lot of fun. And developed them and started printing them. And it just kept going.
And it sounds like photography has a lot of storytelling elements through it. And you, as a professor for over 40 years, how has this changed throughout the years? And what have you noticed with students' artwork and photography?
Well, what I noticed most recently is that a lot of people like to know something about the older processes, analog, but even way back until you go back to the early 1800s when photo was just being in its early stages of evolution. And so we mix up a lot of old processes, some old emulsions that have their own kind of dialect of photography. There's a different feel with each one. We print on leaves, we print on fabric, we print on wood, we mix up our own emulsions, we make our own cameras. We don't even use electricity for some of the processes, and you really get some interesting results. And so, depending on what kind of story you want to tell, you might pick some specific kind of process that seems to most powerfully present it. You know, and so a lot of people like that these days. There's some people that come in and they say, "Is this an analog class?" You know, if it's not, they don't want to take it because they already know digital. You know, so.
And through this experience as being a professor, what has been your most rewarding experience, especially having your son work for the tourism, for photography?
Well, it's every day going in, and there's a classroom of people on their own visual adventures. They don't know where they're going to go. I don't know where they're going to go, and that's what's exciting. They don't have anything in their mind that is settled on that, oh, I have to go and illustrate this vision that I have in my head. No, they're out trying to find it, you know, and so it's so exciting to be a part of it.
Thank you so much, John. Live from Coyote News, I'm Kylie Parisian.
Thanks, Kylie. The Mysterious Discovery in Jordan Photography exhibition is open at the Coyote Gallery in downtown Vermilion until Friday.